Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, we're finally sitting down and doing an Etsy video. It has been a hot minute since we've covered really anything Etsy, so I'm excited to jump into that today with you guys. And we're gonna be talking about things that you should be selling on Etsy right now. So not only are we gonna cover categories, so like broad categories that are doing extremely well on Etsy, but I'm gonna give you some really good examples of things that you could be selling within those categories. And I tried to cover a wide variety of different things, whether you sell vinyl or sublimation or wood products or jewelry. I really tried to make it broad so that maybe you could get some inspiration and sell products related to what you make and sell. So I really took the time to do some market research for you guys. Some of this comes from my own experience in the shops that I have right now on Etsy, and then some of it comes from general market research. So what is hot right now? What are people actively searching for? What are best sellers on Etsy? And what are in this many people's carts? Who is really selling these products and what are they selling? So that's what we're gonna be talking about today. So we're gonna break up this video into two sections. Section one is passive income. So that is digital sales on Etsy, and you work when you want and you make money that way passively. And then section two, which is talking about physical products. So that's products that you're actually creating, like a tumbler or a mug or something that you have physically, that you're directly involved with the creation, the production, the shipping, and all that. So we're gonna start first by talking about passive income. So passive income and digital sales on Etsy. You probably see a ton of YouTube and Etsy gurus talking about how you should totally be selling digitally right now. It's the best thing since sliced bread. It can make you millions. And yes, all that can be true, but there is a wrong way to go about it. There's a right way to go about it. You know, you don't wanna just throw products up and expect to just make six figures overnight. You know, all that stuff takes time and market research and energy. So it's not easy by any means, but it is a great way to make money because you can work when you want and make money while you sleep. Maybe you already have a job and you're wanting to kind of work when you have the time to work. So that's a great option for those types of people. And it's also great for example, people that want to be home with their kids and maybe they want more time with their kids. So it's just one of those things that can work for a variety of different people, but you have to also, you know, be creative and be able to create these digital products and be able to kind of have the business mindset to do so. So the first thing we're going to talk about is print on demand, and we're going to go ahead and hop onto the computer and I'm going to show you a little bit about that. So what is print on demand? Well, in short, it's basically where you create or purchase your design, choose what product that you want to personalize, send that design to a print provider like Printify that we're using in this example, and then they produce the product for you and ship it to your customer. You just have to make sure that the print provider is linked with your Etsy shop so everything will be integrated. And the only thing that you need to do is the designing, managing your shop and print provider, and the customer service of your shop. This can be a great option for people who don't want to deal with inventory, and tons of people, especially who do shirts and mugs on Etsy, utilize print on demand. So option number two for a digital shop can be planner and template shops. You guys, these shops do extremely well on Etsy. You can take a look for yourself. A lot of these shops use a business mindset goal. So they're trying to attract people that are actively invested in their wealth and their businesses. And so you can kind of shift your mindset for that, whether it be resume templates. This could be super easy to create, just going into Canva or PicMonkey or whatever design software you use and creating a resume template. You can go get some inspiration on Google by just looking up general resumes and create a template that someone can purchase and then be able to edit and save and download for themselves. It's a really great opportunity to get into. And along with that, you could do things like Instagram highlight templates. Now, I never thought that this was something that was selling well, but they are booming on Etsy right now. And it's something as simple as just the little highlight things on Instagram. People are very invested in their social media right now. You know, social media is the future and everybody's using social media, whether it be for their business or just their personal growth. So that is another option of something that you can make and sell as a template. So kind of going along with the template shops, you have planner shops. So these are probably one of the biggest sellers on Etsy in the digital world because so many people are investing in planning their day and trying to plan whether it be for business or just personal growth. So I know for me, many years ago, it used to be printable planners that you could create yourself. Now it's kind of shifted a lot more towards digital planners that you can integrate into apps like GoodNotes. And for me, in the beginning of this year, I went and bought a planner template that I could get on GoodNotes and be able to plan out my days and just be more successful within my business. So as you see, that 12 to 15 bucks that I spent on that, they're probably selling so many of those per day. So they're making a very good profit. Yes, they had to take the time to create these planners, but if you could figure out how to create things like that, that is a great category to get into on Etsy, and it's really profitable too. So number 3 digital shop idea is SVG and PNG Designers. So I know for me, this is actually what I got started on whenever I did my digital shop. I started with SVG designs, and then I started focusing a little bit more on PNGs as sublimation got popular. And then now I'm kind of getting into like the invitations and printables and templates and things like that. So it's really cool because SVG and PNG designs specifically, a lot of times are purchased by other small businesses or people that are wanting to create products that they can create. So it speaks for itself. You can look and you can see the success that's done for SVG and PNG designers. So number 4 for digital shop idea is a mock-up shop. So I don't know about you guys, but I have spent my fair share of money on mock-ups. Mock-ups can be a great tool to utilize for your business because you don't have to go and create the product. You can kind of overlay your design on it, or you can find something or you can find a shirt or something that you need that you don't want to have to go and create and waste a product for. You could just buy that mock-up one time and overlay your design and use it over and over and over again. So mock-ups are great. The only downside I would say to a mock-up shop is you have to invest a lot of money into buying all of the products to take mock-ups of. So that would be the only downside I can imagine, but I think that you'd make your money back pretty fast because of how successful mock-up shops are. So number 5 is invitation shops. So I'm gonna go ahead and head onto the computer and tell you a little bit more about this. So when it comes to editable invites, you can start by choosing your preferred platform, whether it be Cordial, Template, or Canva. I personally use Cordial just because I like how the integrations are and just the platform in general. And it's as simple as designing your template, and then your customer can demo before they buy. And this integrates with your Etsy shop, so it's a great passive income stream. And as you see, when the customer comes in there, they just change the name and whatever they want, and you have ways to pick and choose what they can edit. Number 6 is printable home decor. So I don't know about you guys, but I have definitely had my fair share of looking for specific things that I want to hang up in my home, but I can't find it in stores. So you go on over to Etsy and you type in what you're looking for. Let's say I want my bathroom to be cactus themed. Well, I'm gonna go type in cute cactus prints on Etsy, and you can find prints super cheap, be able to print it out at your local print shop, find a frame that you like at your store, and be able to create your own custom artwork for your home. Well, other people are thinking just like that, and they're on Etsy and they can buy such affordable home decor prints. And it's great for the shop because they create it one time and they get sales over and over and over again, but they don't have to do like the packaging and the shipping and worry about things getting damaged. So that's another great opportunity to get into on Etsy if you're looking for a digital shop idea. And if you're crafty and you know how to draw, this can be a perk as well because you're not having to use designs that other people have created that you see all over Etsy. So if you're able to draw and make even custom artwork that people can buy and print out, that is a great option as well. So before we get started on talking about physical products, I just really quickly wanted to talk about a Chrome extension that helps me so much within my business. And I like to mention this company every now and again because it truly has helped me within my business so much to maintain best sellers and find things that are trending and popular. And it's called Everbee. So it is a Chrome extension. It's completely free to try. And it does a lot of cool things like helps you with product research, revenue analytics. It saves time and it creates best sellers like I mentioned before. So once you install it, if you go on to Etsy, as you see the Chrome extensions over here. So you just type in here what you want to look up. So Mother's Day gifts. I want to know what is trending in the Mother's Day category. Of course, you can look yourself and get some really helpful information by just looking for best sellers and seeing what's ranking here on the top. But that only tells you so much. So using this Chrome extension, you can go over here and click Product Analytics. And what it's going to do is it's going to pull data from the first page right here, and it's going to tell you some really, really helpful information, such as the estimated monthly sales, estimated monthly revenue, total amount of sales, listing favorites, etc. So what I like to do is look at the monthly revenue, the monthly sales, and the favorites, and that kind of tells me, okay, this shop seems to be doing pretty well. So I'm going to look at the monthly revenue on this page, and it tells you some, wow, like $50,000 a month. That's awesome. And that's an estimated amount. But you can click on the listing as well and get even more details. So let's say I want to know what tags they use. Like, why are they doing so good? Let's see what they're utilizing within this. And it tells you here all the keywords that they use, their visibility score, the views, the favorites, just all kinds of helpful information. So that is an awesome tool to have here, and it tells you a ton of information. Another tool that they have here on Everbee is the keyword research tool. So if I want to look up Mother's Day gift, how is that ranking? You can type that in and you can see the trend here of it going on, the competition, the keyword scores. You can get even more specific, like Mother's Day wood sign, and it will tell you here the score and the trend and some other keywords and things that work as well. So that's another awesome tool that it has on here. Over here, you can put your listings in there and take a look at how they're doing. I really like this tool right here. It's the Etsy calculator. So let's just use an example. If you have a $25 shirt, or that's what you're wanting to sell a shirt for, is $25. Let's say that you're charging your customer $4 for shipping. Let's pretend that we have a 15% off sale going on. How much is the cost of your product? So you want to think of, okay, my shirt costs this much, my transfer is this much, packaging, all of my materials, everything. Let's say it's going to cost me about $8 to sell that shirt or to make that shirt. And then here, how much does it cost you to ship that order? So let's just say it's about $3.50 to ship one shirt. And then here you can put in if you want to have Etsy ads included in, and you can put that in there as well. But let's just say we're not running ads, and you can calculate it here. And over here, it tells you all of this helpful information for how much profit margin are you making, and the percentage of your cost versus your cost of goods sold, your shipping cost, all of that. And that is an awesome tool, you guys, that is really hard for a lot of Etsy sellers to figure up, is how much profit am I actually making from this? So this really breaks it down for you, and it's an awesome tool to have. And then along with that, there's a really awesome tool called the Listing Rank Tracker, and you can put some of your listings on there. I just got one of my best-selling signs on here. I just reopened my shop recently, so everything's kind of getting back in the algorithm right now. But it tells me here that this sign is ranking, so if someone types in layered name sign, it's number 3 on the ranking. For outline name signs, it's number 4. And so obviously down here with this wood name sign, or greater than 350, which is not the best rank. So I want to find even more specific tags. I think it's a really helpful tool to see, like, if your listing's dying out a little bit, go see why. And it could be that your tags need to be a little bit more specific. You want to rank the lowest number possible here, and these higher numbers you're not getting shown on any of these. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that tool really quick. Like I said, I use it every single day within my business, and it truly helps me to keep and maintain these best sellers. That is really honestly so important when you have a shop, is to be able to do that market research. And what this tool does for me is it saves me time, and it gives me the tools that I need to continue to be successful here on Etsy. So if you guys want to try it out for completely free, there is a link down in the description. It is an affiliate link, which means if you click the link and you choose to buy Everbee or go with it, I will get a small commission for that. But other than that, you don't have to. I'm just mentioning something that I truly do love. And you guys know me. I only share things that I truly, absolutely love and enjoy and use in my business. So back to our regular scheduled video. So now let's talk about physical products. So we talked a little bit about the digital side of things. So how you can kind of work when you want and make money when you want, and you can make money passively while you're sleeping. That's a beautiful thing, and it can be a great thing, and it works great for different types of people. But there are some people out there who prefer physical products. And what might be good for physical products is you can kind of sell your products for more of a profit. You can be more involved in the creation, the production, the distribution, the shipping, all the things that come with physical products. And with digital sales, like I said, you're kind of capped on how much you can charge for digital products, just because that's the beauty of digital sales for a lot of consumers and customers, is they want that quick, low-cost product. But then when it comes to physical products, a lot of times people are willing to pay a lot more money for them. But it does depend, obviously, on what category you're in. So now let's get into the physical products side of Etsy. So something that will always be is there will always be people getting married, and there will always be people having babies. So kind of piggybacking off of that, wedding items always always do well on Etsy, and that's because the wedding, people are willing to spend more money on their wedding. So if you go and browse just the wedding category on Etsy in general, you're going to see a ton of products that are flooding the market with wedding. So that is something that in my shop experience, I've always done really well with wedding products, love products, things like that, because people are willing to, like I said, spend money on their wedding. They're willing to give a gift to someone they love and things like that. So that brings us into the wedding category side of Etsy. So our first example under the wedding category that will do well is last name signs. So if you go onto Etsy and just type in general last name signs, you'll see that that is a very high searched and high volume thing to be searched on Etsy. And if you look at the signs, you're going to see a lot of success in those items. And the reason being is people love to display signs like that at their wedding, or maybe people are buying those as gifts for people that are getting married, or maybe it's for someone they love, or maybe they're just buying it for their own home. Regardless, it's a very high in demand category that you can get into. A lot of sellers of different kinds can make last name signs. You can do it if you have a vinyl cutting machine by stenciling, or you can do it with acrylic by just getting an acrylic backer and then putting the name on with vinyl. Or if you have a laser machine like I do, you can put a 3D name on the sign, or you can engrave onto the sign. So there's a lot of different ways that you can go about making last name signs, or even hand painting. Like there's just a lot of different ways to go about this. But I definitely wanted to mention that that is one of the highest categories on Etsy is last name signs. So another example in the wedding category is cake toppers. So I'm sure if you go onto Etsy and search up cake toppers, you're going to see how in demand and how popular cake toppers are. It is one of those products that people want a cute cake topper for their wedding cake. And this kind of goes along with a lot of categories, not only the wedding, but also baby shower, bridal shower, birthday. So if something like that does well in the wedding category, you can kind of capitalize that in other categories as well. So something else I was noticing on Etsy that is extremely popular is wedding hangers. So you're going to see these for the bridesmaids dresses or the wedding dress. And you can do this a variety of different ways. I see a lot of people doing it with vinyl. So they'll just put a vinyl decal on a wooden hanger. Some people use their laser engravers to engrave a name on the hanger. And then I also see people making it with the wire. I don't know how they do it, but I'll show examples up on the screen. But regardless, however you execute it, you can't go wrong with the wedding hangers. The final example within the wedding category that we're going to talk about is anything bridesmaid. So I'm sure you'll look and see, if you go onto Etsy and you type in bridesmaids gifts or bridesmaids anything, you're going to get a lot of search results, and it's something that is highly searched and has been for a really long time. So you can get really creative with this depending on some different ideas that you can come up with that. But let's use a couple of examples of things that we see a lot searched. So the first example is custom tumblers. That's something that I have always done really well and successful with, is just getting tumblers and personalizing them and selling them as a bulk thing. So that is something that brides love to give their bridesmaids, is either custom tumblers, wine glasses, some cute little, what are they called? The little glass can cups. Those are really popular too. But regardless, like some kind of drinkware that does very well within bridesmaids. As well as that, you can do the group shirts and the group pajamas. Those are very highly done too, like for sleepovers and different things. And makeup bags. So makeup bags can be personalized in a variety of different ways, whether it be vinyl and HTV, or maybe you have a way to engrave on it, or even printed or sublimated onto the makeup bags. But regardless, you know, like I said, you can get very creative. These are just some things that I noticed that are doing really well on Etsy right now. So piggybacking off of the wedding, like I said, if people are always getting married, they're also always having babies. So another very common purchase thing on Etsy is baby related items. And it's something that does very well in my shop. So the things that you can look for, some examples are baby milestones. So these are the little month-to-month milestones, and you can get very creative with these, but that's something that is very highly searched on Etsy, is baby milestones or baby birth stat signs or hospital hanging signs, just different things that you can utilize that someone can gift to a new mom or a mom, or even someone purchasing just to have memories of their baby. So next is nursery name signs and rounds. This is something that has always done well for me within my shop, but nursery signs, people want to customize their baby's nursery, make it look cute. They want to put a cute customized name sign with the colors that match the nursery and all those types of things. So that is something that I feel like will never go out of style and that you couldn't go wrong with selling. Next is baby blankets. So this is something surprisingly that is booming on Etsy, which I always knew baby blankets did well in the past, but I realize now that they're still very, very, very popular. And these are a couple examples of different blankets that I saw. As you see here, we have the printed ones that are done with a machine. I'm not really even sure what type of machine it's done with, but I think there's a machine that can actually print directly onto the blanket, which is really cool. And then there's of course the monogrammed ones that you can be done with an embroidery machine. And then there's the hand embroidered blankets. But these are three that I noticed that were doing extremely well on Etsy. And as you see, they're best sellers and they're in 20+ carts each. Something else on Etsy that does really well, I think that will always do really well, is birthday shirts. So this is something that obviously when birthdays roll around for your kids, you want them to look cute on their birthday. So you go and purchase a cute customized shirt for your kid. So that's something that you could definitely do well with, just depending on how you market it and if you see what things are trending, and you can make really cute shirts. As you see this example that I have up here, it has the cute little Chanel, I'm not even sure how to say it, patches. These do well on everything. So that is something that's doing well. But yeah, birthday shirts in general, just get creative with it. You could do it with sublimation, vinyl, applique, lots of different ways to go about this. Okay, so this next one, you guys, is a big one, and I think it's one of the biggest ones on Etsy. And what a lot of people come to Etsy for is their hobbies and interests. So a lot of times when you have a hobby or just something that you're passionate about or interested in, you're gonna want to go and find something custom for your hobby, or to kind of like show off what you love. And a lot of times when you see people with custom shirts or custom things that they have in their home that they love, it's things that they're interested in. So the first thing that is a very popular item and that is purchased a lot on Etsy is anything mama. So mama tumblers, mama cups, mama shirts. You're gonna see mama things all over Etsy. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm a mom and I love being a mom, and I like to show off that I'm a mom. So I'd love to have like necklaces that say mom, shirts that say mom, you know, things like that that make me proud because I'm a mom. Another thing that people like to show off and that they're proud of is their career. So you'll see a lot of times nurses buying badge reels that are custom to things that they like because it's something that they have to wear every day. So you can't go wrong with that. Teacher lanyards, those are so cute. They have some really adorable ones that teachers like to buy and wear. And teacher room decor. So when I was selling vinyl decals, I would always sell things for teachers that they like to put on their whiteboards or just for their room in general. So another big thing that you can sell within career is real estate items. So this is something that I actually do a lot in my business. So items that real estate agents can buy from you for their customers. So again, with the business mindset, they're buying it for their customers. So you're gonna see a lot of influx of orders, especially if they like what you make. They're gonna keep coming back to you and buying more for their customers. So for some examples here, I'll pop up on the screen. So another hobby and interest item that you could sell is sports related stuff. So an example, I don't know if you guys have seen the diehard mamas that are, their kids are in baseball or cheerleading or whatever sport that they're in. They're gonna buy stuff to support their kid. So you might see some examples like hats that have, you know, their baseball on them and the number of their kid's team number on there and just all the kind of stuff like that. You can really get creative, but these things do really well because again, it's something that someone is proud of and they want to show off. So another interest that you could do is anything pet. Guys, y'all know that people love their pets. And so there are so many items on Etsy that do well. Dog bowls, pet artwork, pet decals. The list goes on and on. Here are some examples, but anything pet, you can't go wrong with it, you guys. I know around Christmas, my best seller was my custom pet ornaments because people love their pets. So the next thing is any hobby that someone might have or something they're obsessed with. So for example, let's say someone loves cows. Well, you're gonna think, okay, what can I make for that person that loves cows? I'm gonna make, maybe I crochet and I wanna make a cute plush that I can sell that is a cow, or a hat that has a cow on it, or clothes that are cow print. So you wanna think of people that are obsessed with certain things and be able to make items like that. So the cow cow that we use, for example. Cows are really trending right now. So you could maybe throw some cow stuff in your shop, or maybe they're obsessed with chickens, so you could throw some chicken stuff in your shop. So hobbies and interests are something else that does really well, especially around the holidays when people are buying gifts for those that they love. Okay, another category that does really well on Etsy is gifts and anything custom. This is kind of a given that people come to Etsy to purchase gifts for people, but when you really get down to that they're coming to Etsy for something that they cannot go to the store and buy, it really puts it into perspective of the things that you can sell. So the first example of something that you can make for that is tumblers and mugs. Those will always do well, you guys. Drinkware on Etsy is extremely popular. Every time that I have sold drinkware, it does very well. So another example is cutting boards. That is something that has done well on Etsy for a long time, but it's really on the rise lately because a lot of people are doing those charcuterie boards. That's really popular right now. So you'll see a lot of the cute recipe boards and the charcuterie boards, and even people are hand making those boards, which looks really cool, and I would love to be able to learn to make those one day. Something else really popular are ring dishes. You'll see a lot of people making custom ring dishes, whether it be just done with vinyl. I used to sell ring dishes like crazy. I would go to Target and get those little, I think they were like dip dishes, and I would sell those like crazy when I was doing vinyl. So another example are bracelets, especially these clay bead bracelets. I've been seeing these on the rise. I know my daughter makes them all the time at home, but they are selling very well and they're on the rise and super popular. I see all ages wearing them. So that's another option of something that's doing well on Etsy. Another example is anything that you can put a logo on. So a lot of different shops can utilize this, you guys, whether you do candles, whether you do t-shirts, whether you do hat patches. There's so many different ways that you can have your customers send you their logo and you can somehow create it into your product. So that pretty much wraps it up for our list that we're going to go over today, you guys. There are so many other trends. These are just things that I noticed that are doing really well and that are being highly searched right now. So I hope that this video gave you some inspiration. And just remember, you guys, even if you post a product that someone else is working for someone else and it's not doing well, just remember that a lot more goes into it, like we talked about before, where you have to really plan out your product. You have to do your SEO research. You have to take good product photos and get consistent with that product before sales really start kicking in and stuff. So just don't give up, and just remember that if you really work hard at it, anybody can make a living doing this. You know, I'm proof of that. And I hope that all of you know, just don't give up on your dreams and keep pushing towards it. And I believe in you. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.